If you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, you can for $1 a month over on Patreon. Thank you. Like I said, I completed. I won't say completed, finished, because complete now means 100%. I streamed Sonic Colors in its entirety on my SG Players channel. Link in the description if you want to go and support that. That's all where all future streams are. So please do go and subscribe and ring the bell for when I do stream on there.
Plugged like a true professional.
Oh, it's my own little network, so I have to. Well, yeah, it's Sonic Colors, all right. It's just Sonic Colors. You played it once. You've done this. The only slight differences, I would say, is...
Yeah, we'll put it this way. If you played it once, that would have been about a decade ago, and you played it again, you probably go, oh, yeah, this is what it was like.
Oh, yeah, some of the level design is bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the jumps feel slightly floaty. Didn't fucking fix that. And no, I can't... I'm not too sure whether or not Rise of the Rips is on the freaking disc. I haven't checked yet, but I'm guaranteeing it's a no.
No, I mean, again, I just thought that would have been a nice little extra to put in the game, but
yeah, especially for the kids.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, really, we need to talk. I mean, ever since the game's come out, at least this last time we'd mentioned the game was delayed on my end, although apparently it's coming out October 1st, so it's still happening. But there's been a lot of news about particularly one iteration of Colors Ultimate not doing very well.
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch version. I myself have the Xbox version because. For two reasons. One, I don't have a Sonic game on my Xbox. At least one that's not a backwards compatible or a download for the Xbox Live service. And B, the achievements. Because, some of them are fucking ridiculous. Like one of them basically grab all 5 red star rings in one run. There's only 3 acts I can recall you can actually do it in one run.
Right. I was going to say, it didn't particularly say which act. It just meant anyone that is possible or doable.
Yeah. And some of them do 100% on these planets. That includes not only getting all red star rings, it also includes getting the S ranks. So now the S ranks actually have a completion quota. So guess what I'm stuck doing?
Well, guess what the completionist is going to be doing and ripping his hair out and beard for the next few months.
I did it before anyway, so what's the difference? The only different thing now is some of them's like defeat Rotatortron with less than 3 hits. I'm like,
yeah, I saw that.
What does that mean? I killed him in 2 hits, but I still didn't get the achievement.
I mean, is it like do it without using the Psywhisk that much, or I don't know?
I didn't know you could do that first time around. I didn't know you could use a Psywhisk to go up the arm. It showed, and I've seen a TV spot several times now. They keep showing that one clip, and it's just like, yeah, I know how to do that now. This makes the boss even more pathetic.
Yeah.
I didn't know these had names like Captain Jelly.
Well, Big Boy. I know that was surprisingly that's the name.
No,
of the
it's called. They call him the Big Boy, but it's called Rotatortron.
Okay.
And it's Captain Jelly from Sweet Mountain. The Frigate Orkan from Starlight Carnival.
Yeah.
Refreshinator is the Planet Wisp.
Isn't that just the first one sort of slightly redone again?
Yeah. Yeah. Admiral Jelly from Aquarium Park, and finally Frigate Scullion from Asteroid Coaster.
Yeah, so they technically recycle those 3 again, don't they?
At least it's refreshing. It's a slight differences, especially between Captain and Admiral Jelly. Because one's you on a platform, and the other one you're underwater.
Okay.
So there is some variances. Oh, another rank here. Thank you, Sonic Stadium, for the list in here. Break every rank from D to S on the results screen. So you have to fail to get a D rank or to destroy it. In the entire game, I've only ever got 1 D rank, and that's on Terminal Velocity Act 1.
Oh, God.
You want to know what score I got for that?
Nothing.
I got 0 score.
No,
little thing in the corner says time's up. 0 score, 0 rings. I got 0. I feel that so much.
Oh, funny enough, I saw someone do a stream of that as it came out in the States, and I remember watching that bit going, "Oh, I hated this a decade ago. I, honest to God, hated that act."
Yeah. Another gripe as well is basically the original had this as well. Is the credits go on way too freaking long?
I mean, they added like the Blind Squirrel team in there as well, doesn't
Yeah.
that?
Guess how long the credits scene lasts now?
Oh God, didn't you say it was like 10 minutes or whatever it was before?
Half an hour.
Half an hour, God.
The credits sequence lasts half an hour because of all the blind squirrel stuff, including copyright information on the fonts used in the game. Most of this information doesn't need to be full, bold, indestructible words, It just be little texts and stuff you can push by very
Just
quickly,
logos
including the logos are destructible, and it also includes every freaking department of Sega West, Sega Brazil, every fucking department in the entire world, every name
They have
that worked
Sega of
on
Europe.
this.
Is that in there?
So what?
Sega of Europe. That's basically the UK
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Yeah, Sega Europe, Sega Brazil, Sega Australia, every single one. And a special mention to, I think I can't remember if it was someone who worked on it or it was the original, the longest running Eggman voice actor in Japan.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was him because he still voiced him in colors, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I was playing the Xbox version. Getting back onto the subject matter of what we're talking about here, I was playing the Xbox version, and all the stuff that happened with the Switch version didn't really happen to me. I mean, I had some very long load times, like 06 level load times.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that on your stream, and even the other person. I did thinking that was weird. Like of all things, you would have thought this game would have just been a snap, and it would have been done.
Yeah, it was the Wii version is quicker. The original is much quicker.
I know, that's strange.
Like when the music plays, when it gets to like the drop, when it actually starts really going, that then the level starts. This it will still loading during that point. It kind of threw my flow off a little bit. Like in Planet Waste, it goes doom 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 with the piano surgeon, and when the drum beat drops, that's when the level starts. Here, it just kept going.
Yeah.
And not to mention, it kept stuttering on the loading screens. I had some frame rate issues at some points, and the only visual glitch I had was the final color power attack. The final attack you do against the Nega Wisp armor.
Yeah.
That's the only time where the thing just turned to squares. I tried it again because I wanted to get the S rank.
Yeah.
Same glitch. Nothing really changed.
Right.
That's the only one in the entire game that happened compared to what's been happening on the Nintendo Switch, where it's basically, oh god, my eyes, the goggles, they do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, the weirdest thing of all, I mean, I remember saying that I thought people were going to be, who liked colors before a decade ago, would be more like, oh, actually, this game's not good. I thought that would be the immediate reaction. But no, it's all these like technical hiccups and whatever. And as you said, the Switch is just going through seemingly hell. It's just like every now and again, you just see someone else saying, oh, the final black hole bit at the end of the game's messed up. Oh, this bit's messed up. Oh, the characters are warping. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it seems... And everyone's, and again, let's get the whole Sonic is bad, Sonic bad this, Sonic bad that. This is a part of an already good game, a game that actually would play less than Forces. Let's remind everyone about that. I don't. Out of the 4 boost games, this is the one I would replay the least. Okay. This is a part of a good game. It's not really saying Sega doesn't know what they're doing. It's just an incompatibility issue. Yeah,
well, to be fair, it's a port of a decade-old game that was on another system, and trying to port it to basically HD systems, one of them being cartridge-based instead of CD-based.
Not just HD, but 4K systems.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of which, the slight deterrent, I don't see much of a graphical fidelity with this part. Like Sonic model seems a bit more higher quality, like more polygons were used, but I don't know. I'm just too distracted by the fact that Sonic has a painted on mouth.
Yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned this because obviously, like I said, this has all been going on, one thing that popped up recently was somebody on Twitter, there's a few people on Twitter have been going through the code base, and somebody found out that apparently the game, of all things, is running through another engine, because there was this talk about
an open source engine that some parts of it are still available to those who actually data mine it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I've got a few links from Twitter or whatever. So again, I don't know anything about engineering or coding or anything.
Yeah,
So, take this with a grain of salt with how
yeah,
much it's.
we're just passing on the information that people will post to Twitter because there is a torrent of information and just various compilations of videos regarding this.
Exactly, yeah. But like I said, I found it fascinating, particularly just from like, how they managed to get this game running again. So the engine is called the Goddard Engine. I've said that wrong, but yeah, it's a licensed engine. Again, supposedly Blind Squirrel has used this to get the game running again. I think they've only used it. What I read from the website, it is mainly used for both 2D and 3D games and for indie developers, but it is a licensed engine. You can use it. It's not them being lazy or anything. It's like, look, we're using this to get the game running again so we can do the changes we need. So
Hmm.
guys, this is nothing, this isn't. I remember somebody trying to put a stupid Twitter thing saying, oh, they're all hacks and all that crap. And it's like, no, man, that's not how it works, you idiots.
No,
I mean, here's a good example. I mean, like, hell, remember when Unleashed used the Havoc engine? Remember every game using the bloody Havoc engine in the mid 2000s?
yeah, because it was a very accessible and easy to use physics engine.
Exactly, yeah. I think the only thing happened is maybe we're still waiting for an update for the game. They may include that in the credits, which, oh God, I mean, you already said it's long enough. If they put that in, God knows how that's going to add up to a microsecond of more time to do for
God,
that
the
game.
music ran out. It played Speak of Your Heart, and it played Reach for the Stars, and it played the Sonic Colors orchestral, and
Yeah,
it
they
was a
all melody.
silence for 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, from all the sort of data mining of the game, there are a couple of things I've discovered. One is that, yet they are still using the original game's like assets and whatever in it. Funny enough, the game supposedly was called Project Rainbow. Apparently, that was its like name when they were making it. And also, the funny thing I found out is that some people have actually managed to get the original cutscene data, the original animations of those things, and have put up like sort of the raw versions of them online, which again, it's fascinating. I mean, you can see, for instance, there's a couple of ones where it's like Sonic's about to walk off, and you just see the model like skewering off because that's where the camera, the shot of him ends. So it's like they're cheating a little bit, not to
Yeah.
do a full animation. But yeah, I mean, that was something I was wondering is like, would they have the chance to actually go back and actually use those cutscenes, or would they have to re-render them or whatever? I have also heard that maybe they've supposed to be AI or scaled them, so they are the original what was done for the Wii game, but supposedly they have upscaled them a little bit, but there is some technical issues in there. In fact, of all people, DNA Digital Foundry's got a video looking at the different ports and particularly trying to figure out what's been done. Particularly one thing I think is interesting is everybody's been putting out why Sonic is so heightened blue, why he looks like an early 360 game character where it's like everything's just blooming like crazy. And the one reason that may be here is that in some cases, some of the levels camera will zoom out so far out that it's hard to tell where Sonic is at points.
Yeah, I've seen that many times. It's like all of a sudden I die and it's like, where the hell did I go?
Mm. So again, I think the reason they've done that for this Ultimate Edition is again for that reason, just to give players a recognizable. It's an intentional change they put into the game. It's not because they're bad makers or anything. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I do think there's actually way too much balloons. Like there's too many layers upon layers of bloom to make it look like standard. Like oh, we're using
yeah,
everything to make it look good. It's like you can scale it back because people are seeing one where they're actually it's the only online version so far is EGS, Epic
mm.
Games Store. That's the only one because apparently they gotta have the exclusives.
Yeah.
So people have turned down the bloom so they need like 4 or 5 layers, and it looks a hell of a lot better.
Mm.
And also, like the modders as well, like they're not too sure what they're going to do with it. Right now, people are using the Unleashed model and see how that looks.
Yeah.
Some people say forces is like it's not. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's also funny because again, there is somebody out there who's wanted to know again, like as they're going through data mining, it's just like, did they use? Because one of the things we remember talking about years ago was like, did Colors use the Hedgehog engine in any fashion? Like, did they manage to do like a downscale version? And apparently they have. Again, it's been reworked over the years. Like it was used in Colors, apparently used in Lost Worlds, and obviously they reworked it for Forces. But they have been using it all this time. They've still used it as like their main set engine for Sonic
Hmm.
Team. What else? Also, oh yeah, I should mention that In terms of what you said about like the lighting and stuff, I mean, again, watch the Digital Foundry video. They do mention that actually not only have some of the lighting is changed. So, for instance, there is some real light reflections off objects with it, but they also mentioned that some of the surfaces and plate things that were built, they've actually been smoothed out. Actually, so they've actually have gone in and actually smoothed out some of the original polygon assets or whatever. But the strangest one of all things, somebody, it's not online anymore, but I saw it, is they took a raw, just the polygon count from Sweet Mountain, and they were looking for like how much poly count they took. And for instance, like, you know, the little egg pawn characters have got a massive amount of detail in there. But weirdly enough, there's an abundance amount in this teapot. You know, it's like in the far distance as you're running through, you probably see it in the backdrop, but it's got a huge amount of polygon count. And again, maybe that's one of the reasons why, particularly for the Xbox One. I mean, you just got a regular standard Xbox?
I've got the Xbox One S.
Right. Okay. So yeah, there have been some issues with that. Like I said, there's been one or two frame drops, whatever. But again, maybe it's because, like I said, for whatever reason, Sonic Team have put a lot of effort into some of the backdrops there, and I think it's partly the reason why it's taking so long for the game to load up in certain areas.
Yeah, possibly, because that's the same reason why Sonic 06 took so long. It was loading up the entire level and map all in one go.
Exactly.
Rather than doing something that Crash Bandicoot acquired, basically just load it as you go.
Yeah, I mean, they had a system where it would, you know, the camera would only see what there is. So as soon as you walk away from it, it'll just get rid of it. And then if you go back, it all comes back in. It's just a way of saving data.
Overall, yeah, Sonic Colors is a bit of a mess. It's not terrible, okay? If you get it on EGS or PS4, PS5, or Xbox, I can't say One or S because they're both use the same.
Yeah, they have said like supposed to be the PS5 and the X1X updated version is like the best ones. If you get it on like PS4 Pro or PS4, it's like you pretty much got a stable game for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, I played Devil May Cry 5, and for some reason I've got a standard PS4, and that you can hear it fucking struggling to run that game because it uses the RE engine.
Yeah.
And it's a very highly detailed engine.
Exactly. I mean, Capcom have been reworking with that, not only with Resi 2 and 3, but also Resi 8. So, you know, they've been working on that bad boy for a bit.
So, yeah, it's not a terrible... Colors is still a good game. It's still... Ultimate is still colored. It still works the same way. It's just, for some reason, I don't know why, but B on the Xbox is boost, and X is drift, is the crouch and skid.
Right. Okay.
No idea why. Every other Sonic game on the Xbox has used X to boost. Why did you switch it around, you dumbasses?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, one of the things I've been really curious about is whether or not they'll give you an option to do like any control options in this, because you would have thought like it's 2021, you know, most games now have the ability to combine, you know, if you don't like certain button placements, you can change it. And I thought, well, maybe with Colors Ultimate they'll do that, but so far there isn't.
I'm not too sure. I never actually looked because I usually go in very vanilla.
Yeah. But that's the saying, as of recording this, obviously, the main thing is that apparently Sega and Blind Squirrel are going to do an update. They are going to fix those issues, particularly with the Switch versions. The thing I'm kind of curious about, the three things I want to see in this game are, particularly for patches, one, Terminal Philosophy Act 1's Crab Boss laser thing, you know, that thing. That's sort of a thing. I mean, first of all, he shoots those lasers in. Make sure the lasers, this is a bit of a tangent, but make sure like those lasers on the back of him light up so you know which one's going to shoot at you.
Yeah, because from a distance, on overhead, you cannot freaking see the glow. The glow is kind of inside the model rather than above it.
Yeah, I think the two sides to it, I think it's the middle one that sort of has the big problem in, so that needs to be fixed. Second, and this is really me, put the quick step to the shoulder buttons, guys. I mean, come on. It worked for Unleashed. It worked for Generations. It didn't work for Colors. I mean, getting back to that level the one problem I had was particularly I would be holding the controller, you know, the thumbstick down, because for some reason it would, whenever I boost in that game, it never felt like I was actually going fast enough unless I had to physically.
That's another thing as well. Like, when you boost, the screen goes blurry.
Mm-hmm.
It is so ugly. It's just an overlay. I don't feel like I'm going fast. The overlay looks like someone just smudged Vaseline over the fucking screen. It is that awful. I mean, when you're going forward, fine. At least there's like a fisheye where a peephole. Sorry, a peephole where it's blurry around the edges, but going forward, it's like that's a stimulation of going fast. That's fine.
Yeah.
When it's 2D, it doesn't work because nothing changes about the boost.
Yeah, but the
boost blur, it doesn't work. And overhead, Jesus Christ, it hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
During terminal velocity, the last part where you jump, where you're running down, do not freaking boost because that hurts your eyes.
Yeah. Oh, God almighty. I mean, the first 2 bits are fine, but then when you have to do against Mr. Shooty Laser and kills you in 1 or 2 hits, oh my God. And also the third thing is basically make the cutscenes in full screen, make them playable in full screen, because I've seen that and that seems ridiculous not to be doing that as well.
What do you mean full screen?
When you finish the game, you can actually go back and rewatch the cutscenes, but they're only in like a small square. You can't watch them full screen yet.
Oh, you cheeky bastards.
Yeah, exactly. That has to be sorted out. And as I said, the problem I felt with Goddard, particularly the boosting, is you never felt like you were going that fast enough to actually get what you need. Like you always had to sort of push the thumbstick down, which you did in the other games. But again, it felt like I had to do it more, which means I couldn't do the quick step on the analog stick.
Here's the thing though, with the especially with a quick step. Not too sure with the drifting because I haven't tried it, but with a quick step, you don't have to hold forward.
You don't?
You don't.
Okay. Well, like I said, it was more just that you were boosting.
You sound so surprised.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, I mean, again, it's been a while. I have not played the Wii original game. If that is somewhat tolerable in this edition, that's fine. But like I said, I want an option to at least put the quick step on the shoulder buttons just in case. Because, again, come on, guys. That's just give them the option, for God's sakes.
Yeah. What ultimately makes it ultimate is the additional thing of cosmetics. Where to start on this?
Well, did you use the movie boost thing, or were you just staying a hell of a way?
I bought the physical edition that came with a Baby Sonic keychain, which looks adorable, by the way. It really does.
Yeah. As I said, this probably was going to be for the movie, but then, oh no, they hate ugly
Yeah,
Sonic,
it was meant to come out last year. It was meant to come out like October last year. And first of all, I had to pay to get the movie stuff. It was $4.99.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like much, but to get 2 movie cosmetics and 4 they call them medals, I think, or profile pictures.
Like little is the side of the corner. It's just like a little avatar thing.
It's a profile icon. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, not worth the $4.99. It looks cool though. The movie aura really fucking suits modern Sonic, and I hate saying that.
I'm going to say because you were the one who hated that idea. Because I hated
the idea of this, not just the idea of the blue chaos energy, but the fact that it's electric. I prefer chaos energy being more aura, or at least somewhat like a wind kind of thing, because that's what I associate with Sonic.
Yeah. I mean, it's more like, let's be fair, Super Sonic, Dragon Ball, basically, whenever they power up, it's like literally wind flies over the body and they just go full.
Oh, let's go Super Saiyan 2 or 3, in which case lightning appears. And
the levels.
But it suits Sonic really well. I like you see little streaks of lightning in his quills, and it works very well. The boost doesn't really suit it. It's just a blue boost instead of yellow or fire.
Yeah.
You get auras now, which is weird.
Yeah.
And all the gloves and shoes all look absolutely shit. Every single one of them looks shit.
I mean, I'm curious. They haven't really used any of the cosmetics from Forces, have they?
No.
Yeah.
No, not whatsoever. It's just basically, do you want regular, you want gold, or you want leopard skin?
Or paint splatter ones as well. I've seen that.
Paint splatter. Or zigzag, or cosmic. Cosmic's the other one that looked kind of decent because it looks like space, but at the same time, it's like, considering how far back the fucking camera is, you're never gonna freaking see it.
You barely see it. Yeah, I mean, considering
the only time you see it up close is when it's at the beginning of a level. That's it. There is no point to cosmetics other than, hey, I got a profile picture, and yes, I picked Blaze because fuck you.
I mean, there's a lot.
There's like 50 icons to pick from, including characters from Phantasy Star of all games.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think Phantasy Star is as much as a foothold right now. I mean, we've got Online 2 with New Genesis, but you're Alex Kidd, you got Monkey Ball managed to get in there.
Yeah.
Panzer Dragoon 2 and Panzer Dragoon Auto,
Okay.
all the movie stuff, bunch of classic stuff. Even the game itself, the physical edition, came with a download code for extra icons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not using it. There is 0 point to the icons other than just a profile thing.
Yeah,
the cosmetics are completely worthless. There is no point to using them. It doesn't enhance the gameplay. It's just basically, that's cool. I know that you can argue that cosmetics are part of the gameplay, but when you can't see it or make it as unique as you can, there is no point to it.
No, I mean, it's not like in like Crash 4 where it's like, you can physically see the difference on the characters. And again, it does actually, you spend a lot of time seeing it up close anyway, so you know what they look like.
Yeah. So as far as Ultimate, it's not that Ultimate. They could just call it Sonic Colors HD, Sonic Colors.
Yeah, I mean, it really is that. I mean, to be fair, I know a lot of people like to say, oh, it's a terrible remaster, whatever. It's like, guys, come on. There have been worse cases. I mean, hell, remember what happened with Zone of the Enders? Like, apparently, like, for the second runner, it apparently had some frame rate issues for the 360, which I don't think was ever patched out. Apparently, it was never given a chance to patch out. They did it for the PS3 version, but they never did it for the 360 version. And also, I'm still reminded of, remember the Silent Hill HD collection where they really...
Yeah, I actually own that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you want a really bad example of a bad porting, look at that game. Look what they did to Silent Hill 2 in particular.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. I looked out because I got it on PS3, bitch. The only one that was patched.
Oh, yeah. But still, there's a lot of things it still isn't quite right in comparison to the PS2 version. Oh... But either way, like I said, I think the weird thing is a lot of the technical issues, I'm hoping they will get fixed. And I'm pretty sure they will. I mean, how far to extent we have to wait and see. But I really do hope that.
Like, I want to see just like, can we have gloves for actually like shadow gloves or blazes? Or
yeah.
How about Knuckles' gloves?
Yeah, why not? That'd be a laugh anyway. That wouldn't be.
Or even their shoes as well. Or have some more or change Sonic's color, We've got the multiple colors, or be able to play the game as a Sonic sim.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can play as that as well.
Oh, the Rival Rush. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, that thing.
You have to get a certain amount of rings to unlock the Rival Rush, and essentially it's just racing for the level again.
Yeah, it's basically time trial, really, just with Metal Sonic in there.
It's a small speed run, really, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first one I got was an asteroid coaster, and that's one of the worst fucking levels.
Oh boy!
Actually, not Act 1. It was Act 3, I think.
Ooh.
And I didn't like it because it's the one where you have the big blocks that push you off the stage.
Oh god!
That one.
Oh dear!
That was right at the end, and I got pushed off. I was like, "Fuck you! I'm not doing it again."
Oh Lord! Like I said, I mean, for all the praise color gets, it's like the irony. I think people pointed out is in like when you do the regular just boost through the levels and 3D and 2D segments, that's fun. But when you get to like the smaller 2D segments with gimmicks, that's like, oh, this feels really, yeah. And doing those 2D segments with the way Sonic controls and that just doesn't feel quite right.
But it's still Sonic Colors, okay? If you didn't own a Wii, which surprisingly, most people actually did own a Wii, and most would still have.
I think half the planet has had the Wii at some point in their lives.
I think 3/4 of the planet had the Wii at some point in their lives.
Yes.
If you were more of an Xbox or PlayStation fanboy in 2010, 2011, this is a good opportunity to play something that even the actual hardcore Sonic hating critics like IGN and game trailers did not like that. I did not don't like Sonic, but actually enjoyed this game. Actually, not game trailers. I just remembered right now the game trailers review.
Yeah,
they did not, because in their video review they didn't jump out of the freaking roller coaster. They intentionally died. He's like, you can't just press left, Just go left or just jump, and you can. There you go. It's not fair. It just killed me. You're a dumbass.
I'll just record some gameplay footage of me doing it badly, so I point out the game is bad. That wonderful old times of game reviewing.
Let's only review the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed and called Sonic Unleashed a bad game.
Yeah, oh Christ,
that still pisses me off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
even IGN actually enjoyed Sonic Colors. That's one thing people are going to take away.
They even said, I think I saw the review and they said like Colors Ultimate, they still like it. I mean, it's slightly lower than the Wii version, but they still say, yeah, it's a good game for what it is.
Yeah. So basically, this is one of the good Sonic games that you can play if you didn't own the Wii. For those who still own the Wii, you're not going to see much addition to this. The only people who are going to buy this is basically those who didn't get a chance to play it, those who didn't want to play it, and those who just want to buy it for the kids because it's colorful.
Yeah. I do find it funny, though. I do find it funny when that game was originally coming out. You know, the intention was supposed to be that was going to be the kid-friendly, easy game, and then Sonic 4 was meant to be for the hardcore players. And as I mentioned with the live system, it's surprisingly how reverse those two games are in terms of, you know, how many games overs you'll get in colors compared to Sonic 4.
Well, if you get to the X station in Sonic 4, that's where all the 200 lives you acquired.
I know exactly. That's where it goes down. But the fact is, at least you can gain lives, whereas Colors has decided, you know, that whole ring business, yeah, we're just ditching that, and no one made a complaint. Which again, still can't believe that was never.
There's an achievement in Sonic 4 Episode 1 where you can get to earn 200 lives. Because Casino Street just gives them out.
Yeah, it's Casino. If you play that one over and over again, you'll easily get 200 lives stacked up easily. Actually, one more thing before we go. One thing I found kind of funny, it was actually something I remembered years ago, and I just remembered as we were watching gameplay footage towards the end of the game. So you get the sort of the final bunch of cutscenes. You get the sequence where you freed out the Wisp, Eggman activates his plan, and it fails. Then he gets off in a huff in his machine. Then you have Sonic and Tails rushing off to the train, basically the thing to get off. And then you have Tunnel Velocity Act 1, you can do that, and then you get to the station, and then you have the boss fight. Now, I don't know about you, but when I watch that sequence, I get the feeling that at one point, the cutscene in which the boss fight was meant to happen was meant to come after as Sonic and Tails rushed off, because in Tunnel Velocity Act 1, you do the whole three-part thing. You avoid the lasers, you avoid the motorbugs, and you avoid the giant annoying thing that will kill you in 2 hits thing. And then it will white out, and that's the finish. Yeah, and then suddenly you're at the station, which is like, wait a minute, if they're going down the spire, where the hell is this thing? Where the hell is this station at? I have the feeling that at some point that cutscene was meant to happen right as Sonic and Tails rushed off, and that was meant to happen with the boss fight. And then subsequently, you do Act 1 of Terminal Philosophy. You then get the cutscene of Eggman being, you know, sucked up into the black hole, and then Sonic running down into Act 2. I think that was, again, that's me just theorizing that maybe they decided maybe we just put too many cutscenes together, so let's put a gameplay level for them to actually go through again.
Yeah, actually, that is a huge plot hole.
Yeah, it's not a plot hole. It's a weird placement. That's what I mean, isn't because you think about it, even when you're facing off Eggman, it's like you're supposed to be still going down the spire. Surely, if the boss fight was meant to happen first, that's where you started off. Act 1 happens, then the cutscene, then Act 2, and then the game's over. Yeah. And it's weird because of all things, it's the only Sonic game I know where intentionally it makes you think, oh God, I'm going to die. And it actually is part of the game. It's that weird thing of the gameplay and the narrative actually coming together for once. And I don't think they've ever done. I don't think they've done that really ever since.
No, the other thing closest to it is basically the Knuckles interactions with Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah. And then again, those were like, effectively, that's like meeting up with the characters, you know, to set up the next gameplay segment. But essentially, yeah, they've never done that in a level to like really have the narrative and the cutscene play automatically. I mean, yeah, in Forza's like you have a few segments, but they don't immediately. You still have a results screen or anything. It's like
no, those are set pieces, not gameplay story interactions.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm surprised they never did that again. Of all things, Colors did. I'll give this credit for Colors. The one thing I'm glad about that game, it's probably the last game they did, where it's like, you know what, let's do an entirely new aesthetic that isn't just going to be greenhold to death, or the Death Egg Zone, or the Death Egg Robot, because pretty much after that, that's all they've been fucking doing.
Yeah, well, it was in space. It had a lot of ideas.
I know, exactly. I mean, to be fair, if they're going to take anything from Colors again, it's like, please, for the love of God, just do new visuals again. Don't bring Green Hill Zone back again for the next game. Please don't. It's one thing to bring stuff back we like, but if you do it too often, people are going to hate it.